This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk through this 2019 XLR Nitro fifth wheel toy hauler. So I'm walking along the door side of the trailer here, heading towards the rear. This is a model 35 VL5, as you can see. Okay. Alrighty, so let's move towards the rear. Okay, of course that's your rear garage door. This is a 50 amp system, so you got a 50 amp cord on it. We give you a reducer to reduce it down so you can plug it into a 30 amp or even reduce it down more to a 15-20 amp if you're going to plug it in at home. Just remember you can't run the air conditioners off of 15 or 20 amps, so keep that in mind. Let's see what we've got here. This hole is to drop your spare tire. There should be a crank there. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about here before I go on. I guess I have to. Yeah, so that's to drop your spare, as you can see. Okay. So you have a regular traditional style steps for the garage. And then you have the more modern fold-in steps for the main entrance. You have ground control, liquid ground control, automatic stabilizing system on this one. Power awning. This up here is the range hood vent. So there's a fan in the range hood, obviously, and if you want to vent to the outside, you can just turn it on. But keep in mind there's a tab on each side there that holds the baffle in place. So you want to open up the baffle so it flaps freely if you're going to use the fan to vent to the outside. Otherwise, you just keep it shut. You got you can hang a TV right here. You got antenna out, power, everything you need to run a TV. Also speakers. Now keep in mind that you can adjust these steps if you're on uneven terrain. You can pull this pin, there's one on each side here, just pull it completely out and you can adjust the legs to whatever length you need to. Alright, that's your low point drain there, obviously. Okay. Oh, there it is up there. Hold on one second here, I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. We have a light in here. These switches here are for the exterior lights. Alright. You can see right there, they're lit up. And so you have a generator in this one. Now the controls for the generator are inside, of course. But you can also, sorry about the camera work, you can also pull this cover off here and operate it from here. But generally speaking, you're going to operate it from the inside. Okay. Two 30-pound LP tanks. They're both filled. Okay. The regulator on it is an automatic changeover regulator, so it's gonna draw the door side down one first, and then switch the off door side and go back and forth. You have two deep cycle marine batteries wired to 12 volts, so there's still 12 volts, just doubles the storage capacity. You can see there's your landing gear, motor, and some breakers and that sort of thing in here. There's also this is not hooked up here, but these wires go to this right here. That's just in case you want to install a solar panel for a battery charger. You can do that. Keep in mind it only charges the battery, though. It's not going to run your trailer or anything like that. Okay. This is a kill switch for your battery right here. Let me show you where I'm at. It's getting really windy here, so I want to make sure I can't really pin this door in place, so hopefully it'll stay there. So I'm back here. I am back here. The problem with this camera is everything you do is very up close, and it's hard for people to get their bearings where they're at here. So it's on, you can turn it off, and it basically just kills your batteries. So when you go into storage for a period of time, you can just do that. Otherwise, you can leave your batteries on. Now you can operate your auto leveler from here, but on the touch screen inside, it's a much more, there's many more controls, and you can visualize it, and you can do a lot of more things than from here, but you can operate it from here. Okay. Also, while we're here, that obviously this is a sprayer. These, I believe, are your low point drain caps right here, because I noticed the low points didn't have their caps on it. We have winterized this, so that would explain it. To bypass your water heater when you're winterizing, you do it here. Fresh water connection is right here, right? City water connection is right here, so if you want to fill your fresh water tank, it's there. Hook up city water connection, it's here. This is a black tank flush here, so you put your hose on here after dumping your tanks. You know, you put your hose on, obviously, connected to the drain. So then, let's see where we're at here. Let me close them. All right, so this is the gray tank valve, and this is the black tank valve. So you're going to, excuse me, you're always going to dump the gray first, because it's sink and shower water, and then you'll dump the black, oh, I'm sorry, I got it backwards. You're going to dump the black tank first because it's toilet water and waste. Then you dump the gray second, just because so it helps clean out the hose. It's just cleaner water than the black water is, okay? After you've dumped your black, you keep the valve open, and you can hook your hose onto here at the dump station, and that's a black tank flush, so you can actually spray the inside of your tank out, which is a good thing. If you wanted to draw antifreeze in through the city water port, you would change the position of this valve right here too. So something you have to educate yourself a bit on, but that has to do with winterizing the trailer, all right? All right, I'm going to shut this door so it doesn't get whipping around here. Okay, there's your other end of your 50 amp power cord. You got a 10-gallon water heater. So the switch to operate it are inside. But keep in mind there's this cover off here. There's an electric heating element behind this cover here. This works on both gas or electric. Keep in mind that's the switch that controls this heating element, this electric heating element, but there's also a second switch inside. So keep that in mind that switch is there. Right now you can see the water tank is empty and the plug is out. That's because, like I mentioned, we winterized it already. So put this back on here. Actually perform this task. Sorry about the camera being everywhere, but okay. All right, and those are your drains. Like I showed you the valves. Those are the drains. Okay. Your fill for your fuel station and for your generator. Your fuel station is here. You see your pump and everything, right? This is the control for your pump station here. It's got a fuel gauge and then an on and off switch for the pump. You have a ladder, which is a good thing. There's 2 pins that go in here when it's stowed, but then you pull it out like so into this position. Therefore you can climb all the way up to the roof. So you want to inspect your roof every 90 days or so. You figure 3 times a season is what the manufacturer recommends. So you want to go up there or have somebody go up there and always check the seals. See, no cracking or separation should be visible. You just look around and pay special attention to the corner areas and around the skylight. But either way you look at every place you see sealant from the factory and make sure it's good and tight, okay? You got to do that on a regular basis when you own a trailer. Some people don't, but it's very, very important that you do, okay? Also, that housing there tells us that this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you want to get a backup camera, it's already pre-wired. This will take a Furion camera that fits in that housing. So make sure you get the correct camera. We do sell them here, but no matter where you get it, you have to get the one that will, fit into that housing. Okay. Let's go inside. Our cleaner is still working on it. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. We got a control panel here. Okay, so this is to prime and start your generator, of course, and there's your operating hours will show up. You've got your lights here. You have awning, extended retract awning. The slide rooms, the 2 slide rooms are here. To turn on your water heater is right here. Okay. And to turn on your water pump is here. So you have all your controls right there. To check your levels here, you can see that everything's empty. As it fills, it'll graduate up in 1/3 increments, if you can see that. It'll light up as they go. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your gray tank and black tank. All right, gotta pick up the pace here. I'm going to run out of my. I get a half hour with it until it changes files here. So, okay, so this just has your leveler on it. So I'm just going to do that. So this is how you self-level. You'd push auto level, but keep in mind you can't really read it, I don't think. But if I could scroll through commands here to get it to retract, auto retract, manual mode, that sort of thing. You can return this to, using auto hitch, you can return this to the last hitch height that it used. So it should come, if you take it off your truck, and then when after you've leveled it and you're getting ready to leave, so you want to hitch it back up, you go to auto level, hitch, or auto hitch height I should say, and it'll get it pretty darn close to where it should be, so you can just slide underneath it and hook up to it. So, okay. This device down here is your power converter. There are circuit breakers on the left side, just regular 110 AC, and then there are 12 volt DC fuses on the right, so keep that in mind. If any of the fuses blow, you'll be able to see it through that tinted plastic. Also, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your batteries need, and as long as you're plugged in to shore power, it'll keep your batteries charged up. Okay, this thing here is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. You should always be green. I'll set it off so you can hear it. Go through 2 self-tests, one coming up, and back to green, so it should always be green. Now, if it beeps that same beep, but very, very slowly, it's telling you that your battery's low, so it does that also. Your radio here, you can stream off a USB right here. You can hook up with Bluetooth and stream wirelessly from your phone or tablet. You can go into the system through this HDMI here. If you had a video game or something, you could set right here and go straight into the system. You got 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2 inside. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. AM, FM radio, all that sort of thing. Okay. Your speakers here are inside and outside speakers, and this is just an ambient thing, I believe. Or is that the antenna? Actually, I think that's for your power antenna. I'll have to double check that so I can tell you when you get here, but I think that's what that's for. I didn't actually prep that part of it, so. And you have obviously a television, and there's a remote control for the TV, obviously, and the radio. Now, of course, you got your theater seating here. You have a loft up here, which is neat. Your refrigerator is it runs on 12 volt DC, so you can actually run it off your battery and using your alternator to charge it when you're pulling it down the road. And then when you're at the campsite, you'll plug it in your power converter that I just showed you will put out the 12 volts to keep it running. Also always remember to strap it shut when you're traveling so you don't damage it. Okay, your thermostat is very simple. You hit the mode button once to light it up. Again, I don't know how well you can see it. Right now it's off, but that's fan. Let me see where we're at here. Okay, that's fan. That's AC. Always try to use auto when you're doing this. If you ever get a situation where you turn on your furnace but you hear a fan running on the air conditioner, always go to fan and put it on auto and it'll correct that problem. Okay, let me get back to this again. That's the furnace on auto and then off. Now you notice when I turned the AC on, I don't know if you can hear that, but then the AC came on. Everything takes about 5 or 6 seconds. There's a lag time when you turn them on or off, so just be prepared to wait because it will be like 5 or 6 seconds. Excuse me. That's the range hood. I told you about if you get around the fan, remember you got to open the baffle and the vent outside. You got a light here. Microwave works like any other microwave. Your range is pretty typical for RVs. You have a sparker. I think he's got the, I don't know if he's got gas in there or not right now. Yeah, he does. So you can see it lights right there. To do the oven, it's a little bit different. I have to look and see if this thing sparks. I don't think it does, but no. This one you have to light with a grill lighter. So all the way back here at the bottom to the back, you can see there's a pilot light back there. So you need a lighter with a long neck. So you just go to pilot right here. Okay, then you depress it. Holding it in, you keep it depressed, and then you'll spark and light your pilot light back there. As soon as it lights, you're still holding this in. You hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds after it lights to heat it up. You go to operating temperature. It cycles like an oven does, right? But when you shut it off, obviously the flame goes off, but so does the pilot light. So you got to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. All right. Okay. Which way to go here? I guess we'll go forward at this point. Okay. So a nice sized shower, obviously, with a seat. There's a GFCI in this plug. Remember, all the plugs on the trailer are wired through a GFCI. There'll be one in the back for sure, another one. So you just have to get used to knowing which plugs attach to which GFCI. But every plug, including the one on the outside, is run through one of the GFCIs inside. Okay, so you'll reset it there. Okay, the toilet. Well, first of all, you got a nice vent fan up here. That's powered. And it's got, let's see, this one's got 4 speeds probably. Let's see. Yeah, 4 speeds. So you can open and close it from here, do everything you need right from this control right here. The toilet, like any other RV toilet, the thing to keep in mind is you can't use it dry. When I say dry, I'm talking about the black tank, which is directly below. That's the black tank down there. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your water and your power, obviously. You come in here. You'll dump your chemical right in the bowl, whichever brand you use, 1 dose. Then you'll stand on the flush pedal, which is right here. As you do, because the water is hooked up, it'll start swirling water right through the bowl, around the bowl, and into the black tank. You're going to stand on it until you put about a gallon or so of water into the tank. You don't have to be exact. There's no way to tell what exact is. The thing to remember is you got to have chemical and some water in there to start using the toilet. If not, the smell will be... well, you'll just use your imagination. It's not a good thing. So, let's say you're going to stay at the campground for another week or so after you dump the black tank, you'd have to repeat the procedure. You dumped your black tank. You come in here, put the chemical and about a gallon of water in, and you're all set till you dump it next time. All right. All right. Okay. So you got a wardrobe slide out here. Okay. And you got storage up there. I believe this probably, yeah, the bed comes up and there's a foot locker underneath it, where you have another table to put in front of your theater seating. That's your crank right there, your 3/4 inch crank. Okay. Very cool. And of course you have an air conditioner in this room too. This would probably be, I'm not sure if this is zone 1 or zone 2, and it's not going to tell me, I don't think. But anyway, you've got the same thermostat as you would in the other one, except this one, yeah, it's the same one. So, okay, I put it to off. All right. Move towards the rear here very quickly as I run out of time. Okay. So, your seats can fold flat. These can roll over. Let's do this side here. It can roll over this way, and you can make a large bed all the way across. Obviously, you have a bed up here. The button to control it is right here. So you can lift it up, and as you go up, you lay this flat, obviously, and you can raise both of them to the ceiling. So you can park your 4-wheeler or motorbikes or whatever you got in the back. You could also move this one all the way up and pin it in place. So you got plenty of headroom here, and you can actually put that table right in between here if you wanted to, for example, or any table for that matter if you wanted to sit back here. So it has seat function, bed function, and then stowed out of the way function to bring things in here. Okay, this is pre-wired. or plumbed I should say, pre-plumbed for a washing machine, so you could put a washer-dryer combo here if you wanted to. Extended extract, that's for a rear awning, I'm told. This does not come with a rear awning. I guess it's just pre-wired. You can talk to your salesperson about that to make more sense out of it. Okay. I think that about covers it. You also have a power fan up there, so you can vent from here. And then, of course, you have your garage vents here. You just push with this handle open and shut, so you got ventilation. All right. Very nice. The colors are really, really neat. You got the light and the dark, and it's very neutral, so I like it. Okay, so I think we covered everything here. This is a power switch here, just so you know. Down there, okay. All right, so let me look around here. I think we've got it. Plenty of storage. I mean, it goes very high. Obviously, you have to stand on something. I mean, I would anyway. But still, the stuff you don't use every day, you can store up and out of the way, but you still have it with you, so that's kind of cool. So, also always keep this shut when you're traveling. It tends to want to break if you don't, so keep it shut, okay? All right. Well, thanks for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. If you have any issues, you let us know and we'll work with you. And keep in mind, you always want to inspect your roof and all the sealant on the sides. But they come from every place you see seals from the manufacturer, you'll check that out. Pay special attention to the roof. So you figure every 90 days or so you want to go up there and look around or have someone else do it. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.